I'd like to bring this Town and Gown meeting to order at 10:11 a.m. And I'll read the land acknowledgement. The city of Thorold is situated on treaty land. This land is steeped in the rich history of the First Nations, such as the Hadiawandronk, the Haudenosaunee, and the Anishinaabe, including the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. There are many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people from across Turtle Island that live and work in Niagara today. The City of Thorold stands with all Indigenous people, past and present, in promoting the wise stewardship of the lands on which we live. Are there any declarations of interest? Seeing none, can I get a mover and a seconder to adopt the agenda? Can I get a mover and seconder here? I've got Mark as a mover, and I got Councillor Sentence as a seconder. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. Adoption of the minutes, TAG 4/2024 from November 25th. Can I get a mover and a seconder to adopt the minutes, please? Again, I got Mark and Councillor Sentence. All those in favor? Opposed? That is carried. There is no items of correspondence. Committee business. We need to make a change from our previous meeting schedule for 2025. The meeting on end of April, we'd like to move it 1 week to Monday, May 5th. There was two conflicts that I had because I chair the Waste Management Committee at the region. So we moved one, and Waste Management at the region's moving the one in August because I didn't want to move that because that's an important prep meeting. So this is the one meeting moving 1 week to May 5th. Can I get a mover and a seconder for that, please? I got Councillor Sentence and Stephen. All those in favor? Opposed? That's carried. Okay, before I do a community partner update, we have some new faces here today, so I'll just do a quick go around and introduce yourself so everyone knows who everyone is. I'll start with Mark.
Good morning. My name is Mark Lefebvre. I'm a resident of Thorold, and I'm a member at large.
And he's the
Committee chair, vice chair.
Yeah, vice chair.
Don't want to steal your thunder, sorry.
No,
boss.
no. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Sarah Rose. I'm the new inspector of 1 District, St. Catharines.
Welcome aboard.
Rob LaPlante, former 1 District Inspector of St. Catharines, currently in 2 District, Niagara Falls now.
And congratulations on that, and we welcome Sarah aboard, so thank you. Justin?
I'm Justin Letourneau, the legislative coordinator for the committee.
Laura?
Good morning, Laura Babanco, Deputy City Clerk.
Good morning, Natalie Stickles, Community Relations Specialist for the City of Thorold.
Mavis?
Good morning. I'm Mavis Koji, Chair for Brock University Graduate Students Association.
Thank you. I'll go back to Danny. Go ahead, Danny. Mike? Thank you. And Chief?
Good morning, Your Worship. Bill Forty with the Niagara Regional Police.
And Chief of Police.
Oh, there we go. Good morning, Superintendent Mario Lagrateria. I oversee community services, so both Sarah and Rob report through me for all of our district operations.
Thank you so much, and we appreciate you being out in full force here today. Chief, go ahead, Chief Dixon.
Fire Chief Terry Dixon, City of Thorold.
Mike DeGasperis, Deputy Fire Chief, City of Thorold.
Go ahead. Stephen?
Everybody, Steve Kosh, Executive Director of the Niagara College Student Administrative Council.
Kristen?
Good morning, everyone. Kristen Smith from Brock University. I work with Student Life and Success.
Thank you. Catherine?
Good morning, Catherine Habermal, Director of Waste Management Services for the Niagara Region.
And Counselor Sentence.
Ken Sentence, Counselor, City of Thorold.
Thank you. Okay, and so I think that we can go around before we do St. Patty's and roundtable. Is there anything from our community partners that we should discuss here today? Stephen, do you have anything from Niagara College?
Nothing right now, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, Kristen, from the Brock University standpoint?
No, nothing nothing to report on our side. It's been super smooth so far.
And I'll be there tomorrow for the introduction of the new strategic plan tomorrow morning.
Excellent. That's great. Happy to have you on campus.
Catherine?
Nothing formal, Mayor, but we continue to have staff in the student areas and continue to monitor and leave friendly reminders for the students.
Thank you so much. And one thing I'll bring up in the round table, Catherine, is the year end. You know, that's always a time when a lot of materials get put out, so if we can put an extra focus on that. From policing, is there anything that we should bring up, or is there anything that...
Nothing outside of the St. Patrick's Day planning.
Okay, we'll discuss that soon. Danny, do you have an update on anything? It's been too quiet, so I get nervous, you know what I mean? Mavis, do you have anything?
Nothing. Thank you.
And from fire, Terry?
No, we have nothing, Mayor.
Okay. St. Patty's Day preparation. So I'll start this time with Danny, because I know you meet with our community partners, because you know that that's a time of year that it's like move-in and Frost Week, we're extra diligent. Can you bring us up to date and where we're heading with that and making sure that everybody's on board?
Yes, through you, Mayor. We're still in the process of making arrangements as how things are going to unfold, but we are working closely with our partners to make that happen. I don't have any specific updates. I don't anticipate anything different happening this year as opposed to last year. It worked really well, and I'd like to continue on that same path.
So we have a system in place that we've been utilizing that's been successful, so we're going to continue down that path. And we work with not only our community partners, but I know we work closely with our municipal partners as well. Is that correct?
That's correct. We work closely with the Brock Special Constables as well as Niagara Regional Police.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Is there anyone else that wants to speak to St. Patty's Day? That Councillor Sentence, did you have your hand up? No? Okay. Go ahead, Kristen.
No.
Yeah, a couple updates on the Brock side. I have some save the dates in our calendars from Sierra Jasmine, who coordinates our Don't Put the Bad in Badger campaign. So that's where we go door to door with partners both in Thorold and St. Catharines. And so certainly Daniel will be reaching out to you and your team to join us for our education campaign. And right now our save the date is March the 12th, leading into a health and wellness fair that's happening on March 13th, specifically around St. Patrick's Day, so guiding students to harm reduction. That's run by our colleagues in the health and wellness department on campus. So those are kind of the dates leading into the March 17th plans. We're not anticipating anything out of the not to jinx it, but out of the ordinary. Last year, we worked really well with our partners, good communication, and I know that the newspaper was out to capture a photo which showed, 50 students dressed in green, smiling and having a good time, very respectfully. So it was a never mind news story there. And so hoping for the same on March 17th.
Thank you. Stephen, do you have anything you want to add from Niagara College perspective?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Honestly, when it comes to St. Patrick's Day, a little bit different in the university setting or college setting than it is the university setting. So no special pub nights, anything like that on our side. We'll be serving some green beer during the day as we normally do, but no packages or drinking focused events that way. So Should be a pretty quiet, fingers crossed, knock on wood,
Yeah.
side of Niagara College that day. So yeah, nothing surrounding St. Patrick's Day planned on our end.
Thank you. Anyone else have anything to add from, I know from the policing perspective, you'll be working closely with our bylaw and our community partners. Anything from fire, Terry, same?
No, not at this time, Mayor.
Okay. Anyone else? Mavis, do you have anything to add?
No, please, thank you.
Okay. Okay, I know we're in good hands. Round table. So I'll start with Mark. Mark, do you have anything for round table?
I don't really have anything other than to thank Regional Police for traffic enforcement on St. David's Road, because it's a pretty busy road, and we appreciate the presence that slows traffic down.
And you know that we'll be doing the next phase coming up, which isn't in front of your house this time. Sarah, do you have anything?
Nothing this morning, thank you.
Okay. Mark?
Nothing to add. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Justin?
Nothing to add here.
Laura?
Nothing here, thank you.
Natalie, do you have anything from our communications perspective?
We have an Earth Day event coming down the
Oh, yeah.
pipe that Jacob and I are working out the details on, and it involves a community cleanup. So I'd like to reach out to the community partners to see if any of the students want to get involved in that.
So when we get all that information, if you get that through, we'll send it out to all our community partners and work with them.
Yeah.
Mark, go ahead.
Yes, that's my thought.
Yes, it would be, and I can actually do it for the Catholic board, but if you contact, they're always looking for hours.
Yes.
Community service hours, so I'm sure you get high schools.
Both high
the local
school.
high schools, if you just put it out there.
And another one that they work with their employees on is Walker Industries.
Okay.
They're a good community partner on Earth Day cleanups, so it's another one to keep.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mavis, do you have anything?
No updates, thank you.
Okay. Danny? Michael, do you have anything? No, sir. It's great to have that community policing presence. I just want, and I know Councillor Sentence is here, and they really appreciate in the BIA area. So I want to thank you for that. Okay. Chief Forney? Okay. Good. Fire, anything?
No, we're good, Mayor. Thank you.
Everything's good? You're all settled in? Everything's good in the new firehouse?
Just need the clock still.
What's that? We
Still
just
need the
need the
clock.
clock, I know, yeah. Stephen, anything from your end?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Just one thing I would say, obviously you're probably reading about decline of international students, especially in the college setting from our side. And I know last time we had the town and gown, I did talk to that a little bit. We are working with regional transit. So I think when it comes to Thorold, St. Catharines, and really the Niagara region as a whole, want to let everybody know from our side, it looks like we're facing about a 20% decrease in transit funding on the NC SAC side of things. So our budget got affected quite heavily by enrollment. So we are working with Niagara Transit Commission right now to reduce some of our chartered routes. So it doesn't look like the 40, 50, 60, 70 sort of, forward-facing neighborhood routes would change at all due to sort of our enrollment decrease at the college. But some of the A buses, the B buses, the C buses, the buses that people may not know but that our students pay for in full, those buses will be reducing. And it'll likely be serviced from Niagara Falls and St. Catharines up to our Niagara on the Lake campus. So it looks like we're sort of targeting those two routes from St. Catharines and Niagara Falls up to our Daniel J. Patterson campus. So none of that's confirmed yet. We've got about a month until the end of our negotiation with the region, but just wanted to let everybody know, if you're reading in the paper about the decline in enrollment, it will affect transit a little bit, but it's our chartered routes, not the public facing service that I know of at this point. So
Thank you
That's
for
it.
sharing that with us, Stephen. Kristen?
Yeah, a few updates from Brock. This time of year, we are working on education for students as they're starting to look for new accommodations for either to start in May or to start in September. So we had a housing expo that happened on campus, including some of our municipal partners were there talking about housing within the region, as well as some other landlords were able to speak to students. Niagara Legal Clinic was also there, and our department was there educating students about that. So we're in an advocacy education phase right now as students are signing, sometimes for the first time leases. So, you know, there's a target at first year students who are moving out of residence and looking for accommodations in the region. So we're in a busy stretch here for that type of education. Also, Natalie, for your Earth Day initiative, please send that. The other half of my portfolio is community outreach. So happy to make that connection with my colleague Jenna to get that out for students. And also specifically for students who live off campus in Thorold, we have the Society for Off-Campus Students who would then participate in a Thorold cleanup in their own neighborhoods or those sorts of things as well. So we found that really effective around gathering students not to come to campus and depart, but to go directly to a location within the communities that they live. So happy to support that and get the word out and do some programming and coordination around those Earth Day initiatives that you're planning. And then the third point is around the local guide. So I think I would have, in the fall, given you an update that it had happened last year because my timing was later in the summer. I've put together a guide, a local guide for students for local business. So I work directly through the city of St. Catharines and Thorold, as well as the downtown associations. So the BIA in Thorold was a great supporter of this campaign. So we'll be relaunching that for the second year. Earlier, so I think that will be a May timing for that. So if there is a message that folks would like to get out to students about the work that the city does, I know that the Downtown Association, the BIA puts in an ad, for example, that is an umbrella ad for all of the businesses in downtown Thorold. Catherine, if there was a waste management message you want to get in, I know that you includes the recycling guide that goes in our welcome wagon bags. This is kind of an additional piece as well, if that's of interest, but just want to, it was a new initiative. This time last year it didn't exist, so I just wanted to get it onto folks' radar earlier this year that it will be returning for its second year, new and improved from the learnings I had last year. So that's coming your way soon.
Thank you so much, Kristen. Catherine from Waste Management.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So, Kristen, I'll have Amber Schmucker, who I think you've worked with, reach out to you directly on that. That would be great. And on the Earth Day event, if we can support that in any way, we certainly will help do that. The only thing I guess I'll comment on, Mr. Mayor, because you brought it up, is the spring move out. So we will continue to do the work that we've done historically, which is send letters to the known student off-campus housing based on our database, as well as the owners of those properties. And of course, then we'll be in the areas within Thorold and St. Catharines, Niagara Lake, monitoring. We tend to be in those areas at least 3 or 4 times a week. So we'll be in there monitoring.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. From the perspective, before I go to Councillor Sentence with Stephen and Kristen, when does exam start in this and end? I know it's in April, but do you have any dates, Stephen, from your end?
Yeah, bear with me for one moment, Mr. Mayor. We are April 14 to 18 would be our last week of school. So typically final exams would start April 7th and go till about the 15th. And then usually move out would be 16, 17, 18, so the Wednesday to Friday.
Okay.
We see some students move out, and then 19, 20 would be that big weekend.
Thanks so much. Kristen from Brock's end?
Yeah, exams begin on April the 9th and they end April the 24th.
Okay.
So similar timing
Okay.
there. And students, obviously their leases would finish the end of April for off-campus students. So we will see a lot of movement over April 30th over to May 1st.
Thank you. Councillor Sentence?
No, Mr. Mayor, just keep doing everything everybody's doing. It's working well.
Thank you so much. Okay, so I covered exams, waste management. Catherine brought up about the year end. One thing I want to mention on the transit end is Niagara Transit's doing open houses across Niagara, and it's going to be for residents and students to provide input, and they'll go over what their plan is, and any ideas and input is requested. I know they're going to be in Thorold at the Thorold Senior Center on February 7th, which is a Friday, from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So that's when they come to our community, but they're going to every community across Niagara. That's basically all I have. I want to thank our community partners for everybody. It takes a group effort, and it takes everybody working together, and we're doing a lot of good things, but we got to always be diligent and keep working together moving forward, and I know we will. So I thank everyone, and our next meeting will be held on May 5th here in the council chambers at 10 a.m., and there being no further business, this meeting is hereby adjourned at 10:31 a.m. And this is.
Have a good